5 years ago, after the birth of our third born, I was met with an impossible situation, and the chances of survival were 1 in 500,000. I had a double pulmonary embolism, which blocks both lungs, and I ended up going into cardiac arrest 2 times before arriving at the hospital.
I was diagnosed with leukemia and was told by the doctor that they felt they caught it too late and I probably wouldn't live too long. I walked out of the doctor's office with this diagnosis. I was all alone. He said, "You have cancer." And I thought, what do I do with that? It's shocking.
We had our first child, was still an infant, and they diagnosed me with cancer, and it was all a whirlwind, really, from the first test to 18 hours later, we're undergoing massive surgeries and all the different stuff that goes along with cancer treatment and whatever. It was a challenging time.
Faith is like this whisper in your spirit from the Father that says, "You can trust me. You can believe in me."
God, who sees all things and knows all things, is working everything together for my good. And even though I don't understand the situation or the journey or the process of what's going on, that I know that it's bringing out a good result for me and those around me. That's really what I feel faith is in my heart.
For me, seeing something in the present so clearly, seeing something about the future so clearly right now, that it elicits in me this desire and this motivation to believe and strive for it, to bring it into reality. That's what faith is.
The feeling that I can describe in the ambulance was just complete peace. Even though I was like having a panic attack, it felt like the peace of God was there. And I don't know, I kind of just felt like the confidence in Him in that moment.
I sat down in my car and this little whisper came into my heart. I didn't hear it out loud, but this little whisper that just said, "I have you, I have you." And the peace came on my heart in that moment.
I just kept holding my newborn Simeon son at the time, just thinking like, no, there'll be a day that we're gonna play together, we're gonna do this. Like, doesn't look great now, but like I'm believing for a future that even despite of what I see in my present, here I am 6 years later. Faith was a big part of being able to stay even and level-headed and just persevere through the pain to get to the joy of now I have 3 beautiful kids.
You can know God, but until you experience Him really encounter you in a way that's totally impossible, there's no way that you can look at Him the same. It's an encounter that changed my perspective on life and faith and really who God is and how much He really loves us and how much He really cares for us.
I have a greater resolve to not worry and always trust. Not that I always do that, but that's my goal. That's my dream.
Never stop dreaming, never stop giving up, even when you think things are too late. It's not. Just believe, despite of what you see in the present now, believe for the future that you want and go after it like with wholehearted zeal, and you can make the impossible happen. There's nothing that you can't do, especially with God.